some AI to try to crop it intelligently. It split it right down the middle, so you can see half of my face, half of your face.
I mean, that's all you need.
Yeah, I guess.
They're
You can't even see mission orc.
that is also important.
Mhm.
But they are, I mean, faces are fairly symmetrical ideally. Mine's not like perfectly symmetrical, but it's if you're getting half of it, you're at least getting the general idea. If I'm smirking though, you're not gonna think I'm smiling. Like think of because it'll just look like
I got a little Death Trooper here.
That's
one of
not...
Graham's favorite toys. Let's go see what I got on my desk.
You just stole it from him? Okay, this is how we're doing
No,
the podcast?
no. He was watching Bob.
Oh,
we got
I was watching Bob.
Darth Vader. We got Death Trooper.
Zoo, you might be able to see in the background is wagging his way through. Yeah, it's just getting green screened out, Justin. I don't know what you're holding little force impressions of boys.
Mandalorian.
Yes. Okay. This is. Would you do the intro? You do the intro this week since we're live on your channel as well.
So everyone watching on the Eckhartsladder side of things, we will be recording an episode of our podcast, Tapcaf Transmissions. So if we don't answer your questions, whatever, right away, that's why. I will try to get to any donations, and we will have a spot at the end to cover all that, because we're talking Maul Shadow Lord. Not a whole lot. Corey, why don't you do the proper intro, though? It just doesn't feel right.
Okay.
It's me.
It's fine. I've somehow broken my...
Corey, why don't you do the proper...
My comment section. I get a lot of the monkey that fixes your comments.
Oh, yeah.
If something went wrong, little monkey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
he's cute.
Well, he's cute, but I don't need to see him. I'd rather
cute, but not convenient.
Something's going wrong when I'm seeing the monkey.
Yeah.
Do not want to return to monkey. All right.
No.
I'm good.
Okay.
Got that up. Now that I've got to have room for 2 different chats. Anyways. Hello there, and welcome to another edition of Tapcaf Transmissions. I am Corey, always going for the soft rhymes, joined, as always, by Mr. Justin Eckhartsladder, fake last name. How are you doing today, Eck?
I'm good. I brought the mission orc accomplished background up because I felt like I felt accomplished in having watched 4 episodes of Maul Shadow Lord.
Yeah, so that is our topic for today. We're going to be talking about all 4 episodes because we didn't have a podcast for the premiere. There was a lot of pressing personal issues last week.
I don't even remember what happened. Why couldn't we do it?
I was out on Thursday night.
Okay.
So yeah, we weren't able to do it. We were going to do it on Friday. Then you just said no. So, it's...
I was so tired.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. This gives us more Maul Shadow Lord to talk about now. So how are you feeling about...
And then on Thursday we're going to do Lockdown.
We are going to do Lockdown. And even if you don't agree to stream it, I am just going to stream it to your channel now that I have the stream key. So
reset that shit.
You have no choice but to do Tapcaf on your channel now, Justin.
Yeah, I'll stream the next one on Facebook because I'm in the Facebook. It's like the creator, like upstart, and they boost your shit. So maybe we'll find an audience there.
Yeah. And I don't want to spoil Thursday's episode too much, but I'm really enjoying Lockdown. Lockdown is a great book.
Yeah, it's very good. It's better than I thought it would. I thought it was going to be good. It's better than I even thought.
Yeah. Right, but how is Shadow Lord?
Pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what people want from this show. Like, and I talked to this in my last review. It's like everyone is trying to put their review out there to be noticed and to paint this as the next great crime drama. It's Heat, it's The Dark Knight, it's whatever. It's the Clone Wars. Like, it is still the Clone Wars, for better or for worse. And I like the Clone Wars, but like, I don't find the need to pretend that this is something it's not. It's a slightly darker take on the Clone Wars with a great visual style, and a little bit of different. Like the storytelling is less episodic. But I'm enjoying it so far. It's not like life changing. It's not my favorite bit of Star Wars animation yet, though it could be by the end of season 2. Um, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I generally agree. Like it's been solid. Like I think it has been a really good Clone Wars
Mhm,
arc, but it is still
mhm.
like it's still in that genre. Like it's not Andor season 3. Like this is not some
No, no.
super philosophy. I saw some stuff after I want to say the first episodes came out where it was like, oh, this is deep philosophy of
Yeah,
Maul and his no, it's like
yeah,
Maul is an angry dude. I
yeah.
appreciate him as a character. He's got a lot on his plate. He's angry at Darth Sidious for good reasons, and we're going to see
Mhm.
some basically Maul revenge porn is kind of, but not like
Yeah.
that.
Well, yeah, don't you are familiar with Ray Park, right?
No, true. Not
Be
an
really
original concept.
careful.
Sorry.
Um, yeah, like people, it's not even like everyone's like, oh, it's closer to Andor than is. It's not closer to Andor than it is the Clone Wars. It is a Clone Wars arc, basically. They got silly little guys. Darth Maul's droid has a robot hat, basically. There's like a little funny little gangster. They're at was that Obadiah last episode or whatever that planet's called? The Pike. I thought that's where it was. Um, and like I find Clone Wars fan. I mean, I'm not saying anything new here. Clone Wars fans are a little sensitive about their show being ultimately a cartoon and ultimately something kids can also watch. You know, like every week it's you're gonna call Clone Wars a kids show, and it's like Darth Maul decapitating someone with it, like through implication. Like, yeah, it is a kids show because if it wasn't, that's not how it would have went, and but that's okay. Like, I love Rebels is my favorite. Rebels is my favorite animated show, and it's far more childlike or childish than Clone Wars, and I like Lost Stars. Um, but like I don't think there's a need to paint it as something it's not. Like, it's a good show.
Well, I
Um,
would say even the Bad Batch, there's more emotional depth than we've seen so far in Maul.
mhm,
Like I think there's room to get there, like to somewhere a bit deeper with Devin especially.
mhm.
But with Maul being the title character and so much focus on Maul, I've enjoyed everything we've had so far. Like I think the show looks incredible. Uh, I think
Some people call it discount arcane.
no, I don't think so.
I don't
Uh,
think so either. I think it looks like pretty much as I mean, it has the kind of the same sort of background look.
yeah, I think the matte paintings almost bring it closer to the arcane look, so I can kind of
Mhm.
see where that comparison might be
Yeah.
coming from. But just for the backgrounds for those, and it's kind of
Mhm.
unfortunate because I don't know that they display very well on like browser
Oh, it's
settings
so
on Disney
bad.
Plus, which is unfortunate because they look great, but I've watched it on my computer so
Yeah,
far,
I
so there's
tweeted out
been
about
some
that today where, like, it looks so bad on browser, and I was like, I watched the first 2 episodes, they were fine, I tried to change some of the settings, I got as much as I could out of it. But finally today I went on I hooked my Xbox up to my TV, and it looked a million times better.
yeah. Well, especially with it being so dark and with like bit rates, they don't want you to have any bit rate on browser for whatever reason. And streaming in general, like it's never going to look fantastic on streaming platforms rather. But all the
Yeah.
scenes with with Maul and Devin in the dark for episode 3 and 4, it kind of looked
Mhm.
like someone made it on a light bright, unfortunately. Then
Yeah.
you'd cut to the scenes with Lawson in the office, and when you're
Yeah.
in like the blues and everything, they looked fine. I could see everything, like everything was a bit crisper, but when it's in the dark, like you can really tell the
Yeah.
the blacks
Definitely
are just
looks a
like
lot
throttled.
better, like, it also looks very, like I mean, this is a bit right thing, but it just looks so fuzzy.
Yeah.
And I found the Acolyte was really bad for that as well on browser because
Yeah,
I mean
it's just a general
it's
streaming issue, but shows
yeah
are made for streaming and then they rely on like darker scenes, and Kenobi was like really bad for that.
yeah
But anyway,
it's just annoying like for us in particular. I
that
mean,
record it.
especially yeah. Well, I mean, I grabbed mine from a torrent site. I don't know how they get it. They must. I don't know. They got some secrets, but like we used to do the watch parties,
Yeah.
and like you have to watch it on browser unless you have a really good setup. Um, and it's just a fucking pain.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched the first episode on my TV while I was recording the episode on my computer, and that looked much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with Maul as the main character, kind of jumping back to that, uh,
Mhm.
like I think it's fun watching him go on his revenge tour, but like I don't know that Maul can end somewhere fundamentally different from where he starts.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much we're going to really learn about him as a character. Like we kind of know what's motivating him from the Clone Wars. We know where he ends up from Rebels and Solo uh in comics, but
There's some weird like when he's talking to the Pikes, he talks about going to the Pikes after Mandalore. We never saw that, did we?
no, he's kind of giving in backstory. It might have been in the comics,
Yeah,
but I haven't read
maybe
those
in the comic.
comics, so
I mean, it's we do know Maul's like it's kind of weird because yes, we know what drives Maul. We know what happened to him in the Clone Wars, but we don't know the specifics like of how his new criminal empire is like underway. We don't know like it seems like he's reestablished himself on what is it, Janix? Is that the name of the planet?
yeah.
And he's like kind of reestablished the Shadow Collective, but like we see in the Clone Wars that basically completely fell apart. So yeah, we are still figuring out some details, and I think at times his motivations are not unclear, but it's like kind of just general revenge
Yeah.
against the Empire and against these other criminal syndicates. And obviously, there's something going on with Devin where it almost seems like he's had a vision of her.
Mhm.
How old do you think she's meant to be, by the way? I was trying to figure that out. Like, is she like a teenager?
I was
Like
getting
20?
mid-teens
Okay.
as the intent, but I could be
Yeah, like
completely off on
16.
that. Like,
Yeah. Jan Horse.
well, no, that's Rook Cast's voice actress.
Oh, that's Rook. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I knew it was one of them.
Yeah, the Brookcast, Jan Orr's, Harrison Dula
Well,
voice
oh
actress,
yeah, Hera. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Vanessa Marshall.
So yeah, right. So whoever plays Devin, is she new then?
Yes.
Okay. Is she a
I don't
kid?
think she's done anything Star Wars before, but she's fairly
Okay.
young. Yeah.
Okay.
I forget her name. I will look that up. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
even
think
like I
Devin
was
is Gideon Adlin.
yeah, I was like watching the first two episodes and I
He's
couldn't
30,
okay.
but I think Devin is
Um
meant to be younger.
I couldn't tell whether like I couldn't remember. I haven't rewatched the Clone, and I generally don't like the Mandalorian arcs of the Clone Wars very much, or Star Wars Rebels. Like it's an instant skip. Um, and I I knew Rook was from the Clone Wars, but like I couldn't remember if like the other Mandalorian like were, and I don't think so. And same with the other Zabrak. I think those are new
I think
characters,
the
right?
Zabrak are definitely new. Uh,
Yeah.
but the Zabrak barely count as characters, so
Yeah.
maybe that's not okay to say. But the I kind of figured that was what was going on uh when Varlo betrayed him. I've been struggling so much to get Varlo's name right in my head because Dana and I are
Like the little
binging
alien.
Survivor. Yeah, the little
Yeah.
alien crime boss guy that's uh in Maul custody. But there's a guy on we're binging Survivor 50 and 49, and there's a guy named Rizzo on it. So I keep thinking his name is Rizzo because he also never stops talking. But so I'm gonna call
Um,
him Rizzo at least once.
fair enough. Yeah. he is a silly little guy.
So I think there's one thing that we're probably going to see with Maul that seems.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say before we move on.
Okay.
I just on him being shocked. We did see that a couple of weeks ago in the last Maul book we read. He gets stunned from behind by
Yeah.
a non-force sensitive.
Yeah.
So
He's
I thought that was funny.
got some stuff to work on.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
why it
sorry.
was believable, right? So he
Yep.
knew, like, these guys have all read Maul Shadow
They've all
Hunter.
read the expanded universe.
So
Yeah.
The Pike Syndicate, there's not much to do there. So it's he really shouldn't allow those books to get distributed if he wants to get anything done.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that Devon is what keeps the stakes higher. So you've got what Maul is doing is fun on its own, and then the stakes kind of come from what happens with Devon, I think. But we do have that line in Rebels where Maul knows that he can't face Vader alone. We've got the Empire on the way. So are we gonna see a Maul versus Vader duel to take us back to Resurrection?
I mean, probably. I don't think Dave Filoni can help himself. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I do think we got our first real look at some of the lightsaber choreography in these last two episodes, and they were really good.
Yeah.
Like Maul. I mean, they were really good in Clone Wars season 7, so I'm not surprised. Maul does have a very distinct, like hyper aggressive, acrobatic fighting style, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, it should be good.
I'm shocked that her master survived.
Well, I mean, I don't know, like his injury was like, did he just get injured from like that fall? Like at the end, it was almost looked like he was about to show her like a lightsaber injury he had taken, but
I think he got kicked in the chest. No.
Yeah, that's
so
what I thought.
I mean, you get kicked in the chest by
a
giant metal foot, and see how you feel.
Yeah.
Before you start talking shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's the lightsaber fights are good, and it's just I think the Empire. I'm hoping the Empire coming is gonna not again. Like I'm sounding kind of negative, but I'm enjoying the first 4 episodes. I'm glad that we're moving away from the the local police force chasing Maul. Like, obviously, they're never going to be able to do anything, and I was worried we were going to get kind of a few different that kind of thing repeating where. Yeah, the guy we like, he finds Maul and his whole squad is wiped out, and him and the robot are going to fight about it, and that happens a few times. But no, we got the Empire coming in next episode, and I do think the Inquisitors are going to be interesting. Like Inquisitors in Star Wars are definitely overused, but like I still think they're generally I think they're generally fun enemies. Like they work well in Rebels, even though they have some silly moments. They work good in the Jedi games, and I do think like this. Like half of this show, I think you kind of pointed on Twitter, is just like Maul aura farming, like standing and looking threatening.
They stopped doing that in this pair of episodes, but the first 2 episodes,
he did it a few times.
No, he's still aura farming, but it's a different kind of aura farming. Where in the first 2 episodes, Maul 3 different times would basically do like Vader in Rogue One or Luke in The Mandalorian, where it's like backlit doorway, Maul shows up, lightsaber on, does something that intimidates people, and that's how he gets into the scene. And it felt like a bit much. And I got harangued for making a video talking about this, but I maintain that 3 times in like 40 total minutes of screen time was using that too often. And
no, you're right, for sure.
It was. He's found other ways to get into fights now, and I think that's cool. Like if you're standing in the middle of a room and you do that, even if you're backlit, that's still fine. But if you're like a figure that shows up in a doorway and then you do it, that's too much. Especially when they like directly recreated the Vader hallway scene with the pikes.
We've seen it enough times.
Yeah.
So I guess that other Zabrak's just good with a lightsaber.
I mean, he's probably force sensitive, right? Because like the Night Brothers are Night Sisters. They're typically a little force sensitive, no?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, he kills like 10 guys.
Yeah. The kid at the end of Revenge of the Sith doesn't do that. He kills like 2 and then he gets taken down. Failed didn't
Yeah,
even
but
help him.
these were dumb Pike Syndicate people. I don't care much for the Pike Syndicate.
They get used a lot.
And it's like I'm like, am I supposed to remember who this Pike Syndicate boss? There's like every time I look, there's a different Pike Syndicate boss.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's like a Pike Syndicate boss, and I think there's one in Solo, maybe not, but there's one in Outlaws.
Outlaws.
There's a different one in the Clone Wars. There's like
Book of Boba Fett, you got some more Pikes.
every time I look, we got a new Pike Syndicate boss.
Well, yeah, because they keep dying.
Yeah.
What are you gonna not get a new boss? Do you think they're gonna make the Pike co-op after that? No, it's only
Yeah.
the boss, and now it's this guy.
So, like, I don't know. I don't know how much the show is going to go on with the Underworld stuff. I
The entire
think.
time. Excuse me.
Well, I
Both
mean,
seasons.
you think that's really going to be the main plot of like him recreating his criminal syndicate?
I hadn't considered that it might not, but if I'm given the opportunity to not have that, I'd probably take it over having that because we kind of know. I've seen that before. That is quite literally a Clone Wars plot, but
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
like I figured it would just be a background thing while he does whatever he's doing with Devin and focus more on like whatever way he's trying to undermine the Empire or get back at Sidious and Vader. Because what I'm kind of more interested in is how he's exactly going to convince Devin to work with him, especially if
We're
that
seeing a little bit of it
involves.
already.
Yeah,
Where like
she's buying
she
into the whole you need like it's our power, we should be in charge kind of thing, which is kind of gross.
well, I think just generally she doesn't like the idea. Oh, is my mic still working?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, my mixer just restarted. I think generally she doesn't like the idea of, and we see this in episode 1 when she with the bread. She doesn't like the idea of not being able to use her powers to survive. Like her master is very much like, we're lucky. Let's just drift off into the darkness. He's got like he's chilling,
Yeah.
and she does not want to do that. And then like Maul is kind of, and that's like line 5 of the Sith Code. I'm pretty sure. Um, and Maul's kind of interesting because he's not a Sith, but he's very much still using the dark side, and he very much believes in passion, and that's kind of what he's trying to get out of her. So
Mm-hmm.
I think he's probably just going to keep down that route. Like, yeah, the galaxy's fucked, and the only way you can make a difference is if you be the strong being we all need.
Well, that's where I think the Underworld stuff is harder to like square that circle, because the thing it made me think of was Art the Gangster or whatever from The Simpsons. I forget what the episode's called, but where he starts working for Fat Tony,
Oh yeah.
and Fat Tony is like, "Oh, is it wrong to steal to feed your family?" And Bart's like, "No, I guess not." And then he's like, "Well, what if your family doesn't like bread? What if they like cigarettes? Is that wrong?" And Bart's like, "No, no," because what Maul's doing is clearly still like he's attacking people in public spaces. He's running this
Yeah.
underground criminal empire. That I don't think you can really look at as a former Jedi, even one who thinks like I need to be more proactive. Maybe there's things the Jedi did wrong, and there's more justice I can bring to the world. It's hard to look at what Maul's doing and think this seems like a guy I should work with.
Yeah. And it's funny because he's kind of having a bit of a Joker moment where he's not in it for the money right now. Like we see him interrupt the shipment in episode 4, I think, or maybe episode 3, and like they don't even take it. They just want to kill the Pikes.
Yeah.
So that's I mean, I I guess he just wants, like, he's never been in it for the credits. I guess he just wants power and to get enough power to eventually face off against or to hurt Palpatine somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So, do you
I
think
moved
by
the
the
Narsh
end
job,
of
by the way. I don't know if
okay,
you
that's
can.
good. In honor
Yeah,
of you got to keep the Jedi backgrounds just in general in honor of Jan
yeah.
Wars.
I put a dead Gran on the background over there.
Nice. Maul would
Yeah,
approve.
he would.
But do you think we are ending this show, however many seasons it ends up running, with Maul on Malachor?
I don't think so. I think there's too much time to traverse. Like I think we're not even gonna make it to Solo. Which I think is 13. That'd be like 5 years or so from where they are now.
But
By that, sorry,
we don't know when this is set, technically.
we don't. I'm just
No.
assuming it's like a year after the Clone Wars. I feel like I heard that somewhere.
Unless Wikipedia doesn't have the information.
I mean, they have an Imperial Star Destroyer, so it's
It's set in the period a few short years after Order 66. So we are definitely at least a few years. And a few, as we know, at least 3.
Is that what it says on Wikipedia? Or
That's what Wikipedia cites. I don't know if there's a better place with more information, more up-to-date information after that. I figured that would at least be present if there was more. Maybe someone in chat knows more specifically than us. But it's unclear when exactly it is. And it could be that we're fairly close to Solo.
I just don't get that feeling. Like, to me,
We're at most like 4 years
feels
off, though.
I think they're like 6 months after
After the Clone
or a
Wars?
year. Yeah.
Okay.
But I like that's based on just vibes. I'm just trying to look to see if there's anything like. But yeah, I mean, we definitely know kind of within a 5-year period, and I suppose it really beyond that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I just get the feeling that Maul is still pretty new at reestablishing himself.
Yeah. I
But
mean, he's at least got like Rook back, and some of the Knight brothers are there. So
yeah,
and
that's
the
true.
Empire is established. Like there's ISDs around. Like I feel like it can't be super immediate.
Yeah, that's fair.
We'll see with the Stormtroopers as well, because if it's
That's what I was
more
gonna say. The
advanced than Bad
Stormtroopers are the
Batch.
same. Do we know based on any do any of the Inquisitors die? I'm trying to think.
Ahsoka kills Smoke Man, like the bird
Yeah,
one,
but I
right?
mean, like
So
that's way after. What about the bird one? When does she kill him?
Yeah, I'm talking about Tales
Oh
of
yeah.
the Jedi, where she kills that one. I think he's going to be in the show,
He is.
so
Yeah,
that's got to
I'm
be
just
like a
trying to.
max.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when that is.
That one's actually not that long afterwards, because she's like going from the second episode for her is the funeral, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
The
Resolve is
11th
going from
brother
the
is his name.
funeral. Timeline. Okay, 17 BBY, and then between 17 and 5 BBY. So who knows?
That doesn't help much.
No, it does not.
I don't know. So probably either way, we know within a few years. I think what I heard was Sam Witwer say it was a year, but he might have just been speaking informally. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna get past Solo. I think we might get close. I think we're gonna see Crimson Dawn.
Mhm.
Actually, I know we are gonna see Crimson Dawn, and it's going to be what's his name?
Beckett?
No, not Beckett. Was the Crimson Dawn leader name? Beckett's like Solo's buddy.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
Benedict.
yeah. So, yeah, maybe we'll get like we might see Kira around, or we might not.
Boss?
Dryden Voss, yeah. Rebel had it. Yeah, I tend to think we're a few years away. I don't think we'll see Kira. Someone in chat just asked. I don't think we're going to see Kira. I think we'll
we
see
will.
Dryden Voss.
Don't listen to him.
I would like to see Kira. I think that would be great because I like her character, and she's got a lot of open story. That's like kind of the weird thing about the show is we do have we know where Maul ends up on Malachor. The period between Solo and Malachor is somewhat confusing.
Yeah.
So like I don't think we're gonna see anything crazy and shift in Maul over this time period, which is kind of one of my.
Yeah.
It's not complaining about the show. It's just kind of one of the weird things, and that's why I kind of I think Devon's the most interesting character here.
Yeah, definitely agree. Do you think the Master's gonna survive long? Like, I feel like if
No,
Maul kills him, that's gonna be harder for Devon to get
I don't
over.
think Maul is gonna kill him. I think an Inquisitor is gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Because one of the
I think that's a good
trailers
shout.
shows Maul protecting Devon, or the other way around. I can't remember, from one of the Inquisitors.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing like he tracks them down and then helps. But I mean, the show's moving. We're almost halfway done. We're 40% of the way done of
Yeah.
season 1. Um, and it's interesting that we are in a show that is, it's not episodic. It's not like the Bad Batch or the Clone Wars, and I really still have no idea where it's going.
Yeah. I agree.
How do you think Maul knows her name?
Holocron.
Okay,
Background check.
like missing Jedi. He saw that one comic page from. Remember that when that comic came
Oh
out,
yeah, the
like
list with like Oberyn
yeah,
Ceases
like
on
6 years
it.
ago.
Yeah. Well, that's how we know that Oppo is going to be in Jedi 3. So that, and they already have a voice actor for him.
It's a good prediction.
If you're at Respawn, don't you want to make Big Snake Jedi Man?
Yeah, or I'd like to see what's his name? We talked about him last week from Dark Empire.
And put to J.S. Brand?
No, I mean I would love to see Patageos Brand. Just have you ever listened to the Dark Empire audio drama?
No.
It's great. For one, they have Billy D. I'm pretty sure Billy D plays Lando in it.
Yeah, he always wants
And
to. We could probably
Anthony
get him for
Daniels,
Thrawn's Revenge.
probably. We got him. Well, no, not us. They got him for one of the Squadrons tournaments. I mean, it was on Cameo, but do
Yeah.
you remember that?
Yeah.
But and Patageos Brand is very funny in the like he's like, my name is Patageos Brand. He's like talks fully like a robot, even though I don't know.
So we're starting to do some of the Thrawn's Revenge narrative missions. I've shown you like the South Speak in one.
Yeah.
And Leo's also working on Dark Empire, so he needed Brand for one of the cutscenes and missions. So he took a head with a hood and then kit bashed it onto a Yuvithan thrust ship as his body.
I like it. That's
Yeah, so
a
that's
dangerous combination.
yep. All right. So any
What were they working on
predictions?
at Black Fleet shipyards?
It's very cursed. So what are any other predictions? We got Master Uncle Deca,
Yeah.
getting killed by an Inquisitor. We're thinking that Vader probably ends up fighting Maul. Do you think that's a season 1 or 2 thing, though?
Season 1.
Yeah.
Well, I think like my question is, are they going to somehow get Obi-Wan Kenobi in here?
All right. I'm gonna put, so with Devon's story being one of the more open things. I think the two options are either she like goes full dark side and becomes a future dark side big bad for someone to deal with,
Be
or
fun.
she leaves Maul behind and is yet another betrayal and heartbreak for the poor crazy revenge fueled sideshow Bob of Star Wars.
Maul is fun like that because when you watch Star Wars Rebels, and Graham loves Rebels, so I've watched it three times over in the past couple months. When you watch Rebels, yes, he's trying to use Ezra, but he does seem like he wants like an actual apprentice, like someone to train, like for that purpose. Um, so it would be interesting to see, like, because yeah, he is evil, he's an asshole, he's crazy, but it would be interesting to see whether he did kind of end up becoming attached to her as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Which,
Matt Darth just said Maul knows her name because his lightsaber says it. Within the fight, if watched with captions, his lightsaber talks. So that is we knew it was making sounds, but I guess it says her name, and that's how he knows.
I don't know how I feel about that. Why is his lightsaber talking?
Why not? Kyber crystals do some funny shit. They can bleed, they can speak.
I suppose. Zax is in Rebels. He's an incredible foil for Kanan. He is. Especially when Kanan gets all in his feelings. He gets blinded by Maul, to be fair.
Yeah. Which I'd be upset too. And then Ezra kind of...
You got your hot Twi'lek girlfriend. You can't even get to look at her one more time.
Oh.
From a distance.
Okay. Well, any other points you want to bring up about episodes 1 through 4?
No, I mean, I'm enjoying it.
Actually, in compared to the starts of other animated series for you.
Better than the Clone Wars, better than Rebels. I probably like the Bad Batch more. I mean, it's kind of weird. Like Sam Witwer's talking about, like, you don't need to watch anything before you watch this. That's true to an extent, but like Maul's not going to get much character development this season, at least.
Yeah.
So like it does kind of rely on you having known him for since 1999, and especially since the Clone Wars. So I like, you know, I like a TV show. Like I like this is a 10-part movie, and I kind of prefer the start to the Bad Batch, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that's a show I'm going to end up liking more at the end.
Yeah, I think as far as starts go, it probably ends up in the same place. For me, Bad Batch, I think I liked more at the start. Rebels grew on me more over time, but I didn't love it when it was starting.
Kind of different time. Like,
yeah,
they were making 60 Clone Wars episodes and just tossing them out on Sunday for the children to watch. Episode 1 is Yoda going to the Toydarian planet.
Why not? Yeah, I feel like this will probably... I'll be thinking a bit more about whether it unseats Bad Batch for me as we go on. We'll have to revisit those show rankings.
You really like the Bad Batch, so I'd be surprised if it did for you.
But so for me, I almost feel like the 10-part movie element of it, I might end up... I think I'm more in favor of that than you are. Like, I think it bothers you more than me, so...
It might work this time. It bothered me for Kenobi. It bothered me for for Acolyte. It could work for this, though.
I think, like, if you're gonna get a 20 episode season, then I'd probably prefer more episodic stuff. But if you're gonna do only 10 episodes, I'd rather do 10-part movie rather than episodic stuff. And I feel like Andor is probably the middle, like the kind of compromise there
ever again.
But
yeah,
where it's kind of episodic, but more like a few episodes within a part, making up a longer movie. But yeah.
Yep. But yeah, that's all I've got, and maybe I'll have more thoughts by Thursday. But I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah, a lot of fun. We'll be talking about Maul Lockdown on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. Say goodbye to the nice people, Justin.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Short episode. We'll be back Thursday. I'm sure it'll be longer than this because we might have some news to talk about as well.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye.